Good morning, Anecia. Thank you for requesting a Kelly's Osho Zen reading. So I just pulled you 8 cards, and keep in mind this reading is valid for the next 2 weeks. It's all about what's going on now. So let's dive in. All right. The first card is the current theme. So this is the theme that you're in right now, kind of like the scene. Okay. Isolation. Okay, this card suggests that when you're really in pain and suffering, and keep in mind, anger is a form of suffering, um, and it's totally valid. What you're doing is you're hiding. You're actually suppressing. You're not fully releasing these emotions. Um, so this says, don't, you know, I've said it a million times. When you get to the point of crafting, which is crying and laughing, that's you can feel the release. You can hear that's what laughter is. It is a release mechanism. So anyways, this says you need more laughter in your lives. That's a wonderful way to really release in a fun way, and it's contagious and it's just magical. But yeah, this is saying you're bearing these emotions. For example, every time you get upset over racial issues, um, yes, what you're doing on Facebook is awesome, but it's still superficial. You need to really get that shit out, because if you really want to heal race issues, and yeah, I think that's part of your job here in this lifetime, you have to get to a state of complete peace with yourself, so that no matter what anyone is doing, KKK, whatever, police officer, whoever the bad guy du jour is, um, the man, um, you know, you need to get that rage out of you in a very real way. I mean, I can give you a million ideas on how to do that, but know that laughter. You know what I found healing for me with race issues? Dave Chappelle. I love fucking Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle, when he got on stage, he's like, you know what? No one is safe in here. I am going to call out everybody. If you get a chance, look on YouTube, The Race Wars, on Dave Chappelle. Oh my God, it is so funny. And he powerful, powerful clown, magician, light worker, Dave Chappelle. And what did he do? He took race head on through laughter. So I suggest Chris Rock. Chris Rock's another one. These are all other healthier and I would think more fun ways to actually release that anger, because yes, you have taken on race and that is totally needed and appreciated and loved and adored. But it's not going to be until you are like, I'm a Gandhi, whatever, which you're getting there. So awesome. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Let's look at what's going on yin here. Participation. Okay, internal. This, okay, well, I can see how this directly, you are not fully participating with your sorrow and your pain. You're not, you've iced it down, you've locked it down. So this is saying dig, dig. Don't be afraid of that pain, because it's not until you pass through it that it gets out. So, and when you start doing that, you're going to find just all kinds of lovely invitations um, for healing and for being around positive people. Yeah, so this will show up. Next, this is what you're projecting out, so it will be returned to you. Source. Okay. I'm trying to see what's showing up for this. This is saying, listen, you've got a lot of great ideas. It is time, you've had here, okay, it is time to project it out. And you should be seeing some of the seeds that you planted, ideas, intentions, dreams, start sprouting up here and there. So put it on, share your ideas. If you want to go to Africa and do this, or you want to go to the wherever, whatever you want. If you want to go to Peru, we were talking about that. Um, Put it out there, share that. I mean, my goodness, that's a guaranteed transformation. So I bet people would support you on that mission, knowing that you're making a commit. I'm just saying, get it out there. Let's start. Stuff should start popping up, and manifestations, ideas should start popping up, and keep it going. Focus on bringing new solutions into the world, which I know you're full of ideas. So, okay, next, your to-do card. Silence the mind. That's all the thoughts. You know what this is. This is like, you need to really get some deep meditation time. And by the way, you don't have to go to Dharma Center. I love Dharma Center. I'm just saying, you don't have to go anywhere to do that. YouTube, everything you need is at your fingertips. It is called the internet, and you can do all kinds of binaural beats and deep meditations. Call your angel guides. Want to talk to Sanj? Have somebody give you a Reiki healing from remote healing. I mean, there's a million opportunities. You take that time. Maybe do a silent day and night, meaning you don't talk to anyone all day, not a word, not even Facebook, and then eventually work yourself to not talking to yourself. That could be an awesome day. Anyways, next, let's go to work and home. Okay, you got the compromise card. I just want to clarify, if you look up compromise in the dictionary, it simply means agreement. It does not mean sacrifice. So stop sacrificing things that you want for something else. That's settling you deserve better. And look at your agreements with yourself. Look at your agreements with it. For example, an agreement with self would look like, here's an example I'm using. When I went to my grandparents, 80-something, dementia, aging, stubborn, okay, lots of anger, pain, just a lot. I knew what I was getting into. So I actually had about a month training here at my mother's to prepare me for that. But I went in there with the strongest attention. I was like, nothing these people are going to say to me is going to trigger anything, because I love and accept them just as they miserably are right now. And they really are as miserable, and it is their fault, and it's not their fault. You know how it is. But that's where compassion and forgiveness comes. So this is basically saying, look at your agreements with yourself. Say, I am not going to allow other people to take my energy. I'm not going to allow other people to take my time. That time and energy is for me and my healing actually helps everybody, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I can go on forever. Look at your agreements with yourself, and look at your agreements with others. Stop wasting your time on people who cannot see and hear you clearly. It's just a waste of time and energy. Move on to people that resonate with you, that speak your language, because that's just going to strengthen you. Okay, next. Heart card. And by the way, when I was pulling your cards, this card jumped out. So I made a note to myself. And of course you did, because it is a big deal card. Awareness. So this says you are on the cusp of a major, going up a level, major transition. And so of course lots of shit's going to be showing up to be like, okay, time to let this go, 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 so that you can literally move up a level. That's cellular, that's physically, that's of course emotionally, intellectually, mentally, and through all chakras and whatnot. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. So time to release all of this stuff. Participate with those aspects of yourself. You've heard that shadow work. We're talking shadow work here. Get it to the light. Get it to the light. Love it. Appreciate it. Be thankful. Gone. Because that will free you up to manifest all your dreams. And the only way you're going to do this is if you actually really silence your mind. Look at your agreements. Yeah, so all of this is building to, okay, You want to write new agreements for yourself. Maybe your new agreement is that money is an empowering tool and it is limitless and so abundant. You can make you can make better agreements about abundance. Better agreements about your worth. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I went back. I'm just saying that's all building up to awareness, another shift for you, big shift. In your mind spirit, you got stress. Well, of course, you need to silence. You're suppressing some stuff. You're not loving yourself completely, meaning your shadow side, and need to silence all that crazy. And we all have this crazy, by the way. Of course, it's going to cause stress. And all stress does, this is stress in the mind, which is, of course, where it starts, is tells you whatever you're doing is not working. That's all stress does. We get stressed out in traffic. It's like, okay, me honking my horn and yelling at people and giving them the finger and screaming and whatever is not making the traffic go any faster. So it causes more stress. But on one hand, they're releasing stuff, surely other anger and stuff. So is it really, is it really a bad thing? No, they're releasing all kinds of anger because happy people don't behave like that. They're releasing all their anger. So when you see somebody going off on you and you're like, what is that about? It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. They are releasing anger they had over their abusive, alcoholic, molesting father or something, their crazy shit that they chose to go through in this lifetime. And, so it's not personal. It never is. So that once you recognize that when stress shows up or you're getting aggravated or whatever, that's actually saying, okay, whatever you're doing right now is not working. Try something else. Try something else. Try a different approach. Try laughter. Last. Okay. Oh, yay. Ding. 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 I could not have planned that better. Yes. Remember, you are a fucking master. You are an old school. You've been here a gazillion times, whatever. And everybody's waiting for you. So basically, that's what's going on this last phase here. I'm getting the last of the, and by the way, we're all going through it in our own different ways. It is no mistake that I ended up literally shipwrecked. They had to shipwreck me in fucking Georgia to get me to come back here. It's kind of extreme, isn't it? But to be able to sit peacefully with my family and all their not so pretty parts. Well, he's not so pretty to me, but yeah, and I've been here a couple months, so it took me some time, and I've been through the ringer, but to get to a place of full acceptance for each one of them, even when they're mean and nasty and doing stuff that you're like, whoa, I mean, all of that tells you is how unhappy they are, how out of alignment they are, and it's our job as light workers to hold that peace and show them what unconditional love looks like, because how else are they going to know it? They have to be able to recognize it from someone they know. That's how we teach unconditional love, by practicing it with every single person, plant, animal, mineral, or single-celled organism that comes into our awareness. So just so you know, this was a direct channel for you, and that's why it's all over the place, because your ancestors, your guides, are talking to me. So anyways, you're a master, and I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing you. I don't know when yet, but very soon, like this month, I think. Even if I think it's just going to be temporary, but I'll get to see you in person, and I can't wait. Love you. You are a master.